Ferrari has developed an addiction to raiding Mercedes' talent roster. Apparently, stealing Lewis Hamilton from Toto Wolff wasn't enough for Frederic Vasseur. And among the people Ferrari took from the Silver Arrows this time is Toto Wolff's right-hand man and heir to the role of team principal. What is going on between the two teams? Let's try to make sense of all this, shall we? Ferrari has once more looked to Mercedes for talent, making two big signings. After landing 7-time F1 Drivers' Champion Lewis Hamilton earlier this year, Ferrari has now brought on board Loic Serra and Jerome D'Ambrosio. Serra is now the head of chassis performance engineering, reporting directly to Enrico Cardile, Ferrari's technical director for chassis and aerodynamics. In his new role, Serra will oversee various aspects such as track engineering, aero development, aero operations, and vehicle performance. Meanwhile, D'Ambrosio steps into the role of Ferrari's new deputy team principal, reporting directly to Fred Vasseur. Additionally, he will take charge of the team's driver academy. Both Serra and D'Ambrosio will commence their roles at Ferrari on October 1st. Serra's move has been anticipated for some time, particularly given Mercedes team principal Toto Wolff's loss of a key team member from the backroom staff. After working with BMW Sauber until the German manufacturer's F1 exit in 2010, Serra joined Mercedes in 2011. He has been serving as the performance director since 2019. Since Vasseur took over as team principal in January last year, he has had Serra in his sights as a key target. While news of Serra's move surfaced last year, Ferrari has now officially confirmed the switch. Ambrosio stepping into the role of deputy team principal comes as a bit of a surprise. Just 2 months ago, the 38-year-old Belgian, who competed in Formula One in 2011 with Marussia Virgin Racing and had a one-off race with Lotus in 2012, was expected to leave for Ferrari. In early last year, D'Ambrosio was first spotted in the Mercedes pits, initially working informally with the team before officially becoming its driver development director 12 months ago. His focus was mainly on nurturing young drivers in Mercedes' lineup across different racing series worldwide. Towards the end of last season, there were hints that he might be groomed as a potential successor to Toto Wolff, should Wolff decide to step down in the future. D'Ambrosio had previously served as the deputy team principal with Venturi Racing during the 2020-21 season, before taking over as team principal for the following campaign. His move into a managerial role came after 6 seasons as a driver in Formula E. During the season, Wolff said D'Ambrosio would step in as team principal when he couldn't make it to races, like in Japan and Qatar while he recovered from knee surgery. But now, it looks like Wolff has to go looking for a new heir to his throne. Last week, future ex-Mercedes driver Lewis Hamilton aired his dirty laundry with the Silver Arrows in front of the public, saying that he's fed up with eating dust. Toto Wolff is now pouring water over the issue, preaching good things about Mercedes' performance getting better as the season progresses. He's praising the hard work of the team behind the scenes, especially after a rough start from both of their drivers. Hamilton has only scored 27 points in the first 6 races, putting him in 9th place in the drivers' standings. Russell is doing slightly better, sitting in 7th with 10 points more than Hamilton. Mercedes is currently 4th in the constructor standings, trailing McLaren by a significant 60 points for 3rd place, and also behind Ferrari and Red Bull by a considerable margin. While Wolff remains upbeat about Mercedes' potential for improvement and better results, he cautions that evident progress may not happen right away. He's advising patience and believes it will take some time for Mercedes to turn their season around. Toto said, "I think we understand much more what is needed to get the car in a better place because it's so clear now what it does and why we struggle and where we struggle. In Formula One, you can accelerate development and produce the beats, and we're flat out. The design office is all in, the production operations are flat out. The rest has been doing a good job. All of the factories are really 6th gear in order to bring stuff to the car that we believe can be very helpful. In terms of what they're bringing to the car, you can't really rush it because you've got to get to the point where you say now it's good to be released into production. And once that part comes, or once it's come, they need to be sorted. So this is a matter of many weeks." Hamilton, who is poised to depart Mercedes for Ferrari in 2025, achieved his best result of the season with a 6th-place finish at the Miami Grand Prix last weekend. Despite this, he expressed frustration after the race, stating that he's had enough of his ongoing lack of success, with his last race win dating back to October 2021. For those of you that missed it, here's what he told CBS. "It's been tough. Of course, we exist to win, and when you're not winning, your perspective has to shift. And it's just been about chasing, and it's about improvement. It's about coming together. How can we make improvements? How can we get back to where we want to be and rallying and everyone out? I actually really enjoyed that experience, but 3 years in now, we're like, okay, I've had enough of this, let's get back to where we belong. Whether or not Mercedes' car improves, Lewis Hamilton's future is in good hands. Frederic Vasseur believes that both his Ferrari and Andrea Stella's McLaren are poised to give Red Bull more trouble in upcoming races. Red Bull faced defeat for the second time this season in Miami, indicating a shifting dynamic in the competition. After dominating most of the 22 races last year, the reigning world champions have faced setbacks, losing twice in the first 6 rounds of the 2024 season. The first non-Red Bull win occurred in Australia, where Carlos Sainz contended with Max Verstappen for pole position and later benefited from Verstappen's retirement. Another defeat for Red Bull happened in Miami, where Lando Norris seized the opportunity during a mid-race safety car period to claim victory. After the race last weekend, Ferrari team boss Vasseur shared his thoughts on Norris's impressive first win, which was supported by a set of upgrades from McLaren. He also discussed the potential for both Ferrari and McLaren to narrow the gap to Red Bull in the upcoming races. He said, "I want to congratulate Lando and McLaren. I think that Lando deserves it. He did the last 2 or 3 very good seasons, and even with them fighting with Ferrari. I'm not at McLaren, but I'm quite happy for them because they deserve the success." I was not surprised about McLaren's pace. On Friday, they were there. They brought an upgrade this weekend. If you look at the last couple of races, they were always there. And in China, the pace was good. It will be like this until the end of the season. But I think that we, McLaren and us probably, can trouble a little bit Red Bull. Then it's more a matter of track position or something, because it's so difficult to overtake when you are only 1 or 2 tenths apart. That's dictated by track position. When asked about the possibility of intensifying the pressure on Red Bull, Vasseur mentioned that although he believes Red Bull remains the pace setters overall, he has observed a game-changing shift compared to their dominant performance in 2023. "I think honestly that Red Bull is still ahead. Probably Max could have won without the story of the safety car," he replied. "I don't want to draw conclusions on this, but he had a pole position and they still have a small advantage. What is true is that compared to 1 year ago when we are able to do a good job and to put everything together, we are there. It means we are putting them a little bit under pressure, and they have to be a bit more aggressive with the strategy. They are not anymore in the comfort zone of last year where it doesn't matter what happened. After lap 2 they were in front. I think that's a game changer in the management of the race. I think this is an opportunity for us, because if we are doing another small step, I think we will be in a really good position to fight with them every single weekend." So, is it a mere coincidence that Ferrari have been taking personnel from Mercedes? Or is there a more sinister angle at play? Tell us in the comment section down below. And as always, don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel if you haven't. Thanks for watching.